It's Hawks Live, fueled by Georgia Natural Gas. The Wizards shot it straight, and it quickly went sideways for the Hawks. A barrage of three-pointers early on set a tone, and the Hawks were unable to change it over the course of this game. It's going to happen from time to time. 132-113, not the most lopsided loss of the season, in fact, for the Hawks. Remember, that was opening night, a 20-point loss. But this one, from an Atlanta perspective, felt worse.
Yeah, this was a humbling loss for the Hawks, and I thought that the way that the Wizards came out, they just came out and they wanted it. They out-toughed them. They started out just, they hit all their threes. I mean, they were 8 for 8. The Hawks looked sluggish to me. Being honest with you, I think that the way they came out, it didn't seem like this was a team that came out and respected the other team, understanding that in today's NBA, regardless of what your record is, anyone at any time could win. And I thought that the Wizards they were a more desperate team, and they basically held on to this game from beginning to end. Hawks made a couple of attempts at it, but I thought that their game plan of trying to throw multiple people at Jalen Johnson, how they were able to get the supporting cast, and CJ McCollum, I mean,
yeah.
Amazing.
Ridiculous. His second 40-point game as a Wizard, by the way. And we told you in the pregame this was a good shooting team, but no one could have predicted this. That's our Ford Key. 19 of 38 from three-point range, including that 8 for 8 start.
Well, and here's one of the things is that when you saw the beginning of this game, I thought the Wizards did a good job, and they pretty much took a page out of the Hawks book when the Hawks want to play well. They were able to spread the Hawks out. They had guys that were active. They put the Hawks in scramble mode. And then, of course, it did not hurt when you have CJ McCollum and then Corey Kispert, both 8 for 8 combined out the gate. And that 45-point first quarter, that pretty much did it. The Hawks were battling uphill. You saw them in that second quarter, was able to put up 32 points. But then in the third quarter, the bottom broke again, and then the Wizards were up as much as 33 points. This is one of those things that's going to sting for a while, because I thought coming to this game, this Hawks team had a lot of momentum, especially on the road, and we were talking about how good they were and the fact that how their defense traveled. But this is going to be one that you're going to have to learn from. Unfortunately, you got 2 days to sit and let it soak and simmer for a while before you play a good Cavs team on Friday in another Cup game.
Hey, dump it in the gravy boat and forget about it, right? That's the idea. By the way, CJ McCollum is not an unknown quantity. This is a guy who's averaged 20 a game for 10 years, for a decade in the NBA. His career high was 46 tonight.
Well, I thought that he was a guy that really got started. I listened to the post-game interview, and he talked about how he got a lot of extra work and a lot of shots up. This is a guy, again, you talk about the fact that can put the ball on the floor, but his three ball got going early. And it seemed that when he was having one of those nights, Wizards did a good job of being able to feed him. I didn't think that the Hawks had anyone on their team that could do a good enough job to stop him one-on-one. Dyson Daniels may have had the bulk of the load, but again, the Wizards put the Hawks in scramble mode. They were forever trying to recover, and the Wizards were getting easy shots. In that first quarter, they were hitting everything that they threw up.
Daniels, his former teammate, by the way, with the New Orleans Pelicans a couple of years ago. And CJ McCollum may well get himself traded out of Washington with these 40-point games. Other teams will start making phone calls to the Wizards about the veteran who can still score it. Turnover is a big issue for this game as well for the Hawks. In addition to the 19 threes they allowed, they gave up 19 turnovers. That led to 28 points the other way.
Well, I thought that the Hawks didn't do a good job of valuing the basketball, and we've talked about this, in the two previous road losses consecutive, they averaged 17. And that's one of the things, again, the offense got stagnant. I thought that the Wizards did a good job of jamming them up. I thought that Hawks didn't do a good job to break the paint. A lot of what they want to do is get to the rim. And then they were turning them over, and then they were getting out and get runouts. One of the things for Quin Snyder's team is that you have to value the basketball. Time and time again, you saw a lot of jump passes that were deflected. Hawks looked a little out of sorts offensively, and I think that started with Jalen Johnson and the fact that I thought that the Wizards team, they came out, they had a good plan for him. You wanted to jam him. You wanted to help throw multiple people at him, and I thought that was one of the things that really stifled this Hawks offense tonight.
And it's amazing what a little confidence, a little want-to will do as well. The Wizards were the 30th ranked defense in the NBA. That is dead last. Certainly did not look like it tonight against the Hawks. A wire-to-wire win for the Wizards here in Washington. More Hawks Live from the nation's capital after this. Hawks never led, trailed by as many as 33 in what ultimately was a 19-point Wizards win. Virtually eliminates any chance the Hawks can advance in the NBA Cup. I'm not going to say it has eliminated them because there's probably some crazy mathematical combination of things that could happen and allow them to still be the wild card, but it seems super unlikely at 1-2, and with the point differential factored in tonight. We're not mathematicians. We're not expected to figure this out, but they're probably done as far as
I would vote for that as well.
Probably done as far as the cup goes. Toyota Let's Go places Onyeka Okongwu, one of two 20-point scorers tonight for the Hawks.
He was a positive influence for this Hawks offense when they were trying to make an attempt to come back. Did a lot of his damage in that second quarter when the Hawks were able to score 32 points and ended up tying the Wizards with that second quarter. And again, when you look at Onyeka and what he does, his ability to continue to get better as a big that can not only shoot the three, put the ball on the floor. You look at his numbers, the 20 points, 8 for 14, had 3 threes. I thought that he did a good job again in that second quarter when the Hawks were trying to get deep into that deficit. Did a few things where they could have gotten it under 15, but then again, the Wizards kept hitting threes. They kept getting to the basket, and then the Hawks' turnovers were something that they couldn't overcome tonight.
Got it down to 13, I believe, at its smallest in terms of the deficit, but the Wizards responded, and, credit to them for doing so. They were a desperate team on a 14-game losing streak. They needed this win tonight. Alex Sarr was a man inside for the Wizards.
I thought that he has shown that his game has taken another tick to another level. I thought he was really, really good offensively last year, but tonight you've seen, this guy that we talked about in the pregame, scores 18 points a game, averages about eight rebounds. Well, he was phenomenal tonight. I thought they did a good job of being able to get to the basket. Shows that he's a lot more polished as far as his footwork. Had 27 and 11. Hawks really didn't have anybody that could answer him because, again, once the Wizards were hitting those threes, it opened up the lane for him to be able to penetrate. I thought that shot blocking was something that he did really good job as far as protecting the rim. Hawks couldn't really do a lot. This is a guy that's got a bright future because he's shown that he was the number 2 pick for a good reason. They've got a really good one in Alex Sarr.
Third in the league in shot blocking coming in, and you mentioned the polish. You could see the raw athleticism last year from Alex Sarr. He's done some work, and there's probably more work to be done because there are more areas of exploration for him offensively moving forward. He looked good tonight. Everybody in a Wizards uniform looked good tonight. It was one of those games. It happens over the course of the NBA season. We're a few moments here and there for the Hawks along the way, including this alley-oop dunk from Owen, a great feed from Jalen Johnson. We're back inside Capital One Arena where the Wizards handed out some capital punishment tonight to the Hawks. 132-113, time for Quin Snyder's thoughts in the Georgia Natural Gas post-game press conference.
Did everything, we trapped him and changed a few covers. It really wasn't about that. I just thought we lost our focus defensively, and we cut it to 13, but we couldn't sustain that. And give them credit. Kispert as well. Thought they did some really good things. Sarr, that's a team that's not only been in games but been knocking on the door to win games, and we knew that. That wasn't a surprise, and we're a group that really needs each other on both ends of the floor, and when we're playing that way.
Look at the Xfinity upcoming schedule. Next stop, State Farm Arena, Friday night, day after Thanksgiving against the Cleveland Cavaliers. That is a cup game, 7 o'clock coverage time. Cavs come in at 12-7. Hawks looking to get 500 on their home floor. That'll be Friday night. We'll see you then. In the meantime, everybody out there have the best possible Thanksgiving. Healthy, safe, all those things. You too, B.O.
Same to you, Matt.
And for the Hawks, rinse this one off and forget it. Even the really, really good teams in the NBA have 3 or 4 of these every season. A night to forget for the Hawks, and they move forward to Atlanta. We'll see you Friday night right here